What if I told you your Generation X parents, those born between 1965 and 1980, were keeping a big secret from you? Well, they are. But you're gonna have to watch this video to find out. So let's go. Good morning, all my Paradise pals. Welcome back. I'm Palm Beach's Paul, your host of this fun real estate channel. I'm a local realtor and I make videos about what it's like to live here in South Florida. So if this is your first time checking out my channel, please hit that subscribe button and share it with all your friends. So I'm coming to you from Lake Worth Beach here in Palm Beach County. It used to be called Lake Worth, and then they recently changed this section of it to Lake Worth Beach because the town of Lake Worth is actually pretty big. It's funny, it extends all the way from the ocean east, right over here, all the way out west to the turnpike. But if you haven't watched any of my videos before, Lake Worth is, it's kind of like Key West. It's kind of a cool little town, right? It's got a little funkiness to it, kind of a keep it weird vibe. A lot of artists and musicians, it's got some cool bars, great coffee shops like Common Ground, and then you got Dave's Last Resort, it's fun little bars, a lot of live music, so just kind of a cool vibe. And it's right here in the center of Palm Beach County. So I picked Lake Worth because they have a lot of homes that address the topic that I'm talking about today. Lake Worth doesn't have a lot of HOAs, not that we're talking about HOAs, but it has a lot of homes that would have what you call a main house and then a cottage. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about having mom and dad move back in with you.
A new survey finds that many Americans in their mid-50s are critically underprepared to stop working.
They've coined a new term for this generation, silver squatters.
So there's a new real estate trend that is starting to pop up. And I've seen some articles about it. And the term is called silver squatters. Now, we're not talking about squatters like you think about in the news with squatters taking over people's homes. Silver squatters are boomers and Generation X parents who are, due to poor planning or just unfortunate circumstances, being forced to move back in with their children. According to a Prudential financial report that was done in 2024, Generation X people in their 40s to 50s are finding that they are critically underprepared for retirement. And they're counting on financial and housing support from their families, such as their kids. Nearly a quarter of 55-year-olds expect to need financial support from their family members. Nearly double the amount of those baby boomers aged 65 to 75. Like walking through the jungle here. Lake Worth really is cool. Like I said, very Key West. So for those that aren't aware of what a baby boomer is, they are the generation, like me, that were born between 1965 and 1980. We like to refer to us as the latchkey generation, the non-wimpy generation. I mean, look, our feelings weren't hurt. Our parents used to kick us out of the house and tell us don't come back home until it was dark. And if you didn't have your tush on the doorstep or at the dinner table when mom had dinner ready, well, let's just say there was no such thing as the word timeout when I was growing up. But it's a cool generation. I think we had a lot of fun, and but not all of us are prepared for retirement. Matter of fact, quite a few of us aren't ready for retirement. Now, as many of these Gen Xers come into our, pre-retirement years, they don't have the pension plans that the generations before had, right? A lot of those things have gone away and they haven't been around. As well as we can't necessarily rely on Social Security because by the year 2035, it might not even be around the way things are going. So, thinking that you're gonna work and then retire, and many of them don't even have enough money saved. I mean, they did a survey that found that quite a few of them couldn't pull together $400 extra for an emergency, right? That's really frightening. Not to mention that you should have about 8 times your income for retirement. A lot of them aren't even close to having those type of savings. And when you start thinking about who they're gonna rely on, right? The Gen Z, the millennials, well, come on now. We're talking about, and not all, there's quite a few successful, but we're talking about a generation who quite honestly, they're still living with their mom and dad, right? Many of them can't afford to buy a house because of the rising cost of homes. So how are parents going to turn to them when most of them are still renting? So according to a Mass Mutual survey, the average age of retirement in the United States is 62. Gen Xers are going to have to grasp with the reality that retirement at age 65 is not an option. It's just not going to happen. You're going to be working into your 70s and maybe even beyond if you're not set up for it. So I'm in a neighborhood called Parrot Cove, and as we're walking by, there's wild parrots. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods. These old Florida homes are just so charming. Look how cute these are. Actually, one of my first customers that I ever helped buy a house lives a few streets over. Now, Generation X is smaller than the baby boomers. They're the real large group. About 11,000 people a day turn 65, and it's a bubble known as peak 65. And that is the generation right before Generation X. So all those baby boomers are reaching that age of 65 and possible retirement, but they were better prepared for it than those in the Generation X category. So today's 55-year-olds have a median retirement savings of less than $50,000. And many of them believe that they will outlive their retirement savings, like they are gonna run out of money. It says that 67% of 55-year-olds fear they will outlive their savings compared to 59% of 65-year-olds and 52% of 70-year-olds, according to that Prudential report. So, the older generation did a better job of saving. They went through harder times. Don't know, maybe us that grew up in the Generation X age spent a little too much time partying and living excessively. I don't know. But it is a problem that we're soon going to be facing. So what are we going to do about it? Well, one of the things, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is this trend of silver squatters moving back in. So, but you don't necessarily want to live with mom and dad in a typical 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, right? So what we're going to show you today are a couple of these multi-generational homes. Multi-generational homes are very popular, and they're definitely on the rise. So what is a multi-generational home? Well, a multi-generational home is a home that has 2 sets of adults living in it, maybe grandparents and grandchildren, or parents and adult kids living in the same house. And it's been a trend going up since the 1980s, and it's getting more and more popular. There's estimated to be around 59 million people who live in multi-generational homes throughout the United States. Now, as you can imagine, a multi-generational home, right, has its pros and its cons. Pros, if you're a young family, maybe got young ones, mom and dad live with you, you have built-in babysitters, right? You don't have the expense of daycare. Mom and dad can watch the kid while you go to work. And maybe if you want to take a vacation, mom and dad can watch the kids and take care of the pets and all those kind of things. You can also have some, cons, right? Mom and dad, you spend 18 years with them, and then you finally got away from them, and now you're gonna live with them again. So I'm gonna walk across the street over here as we go past another. Look at this, man, these iguanas are everywhere. Like, look at this guy, like Godzilla's, crazy. But yeah, so it's not gonna be perfect, right? You live with your parents, it could be crowded, no privacy. So, but it is good. People who live together, they say they tend to live longer, they're healthier, not lonely. Well, I know that my mother-in-law is older and she lives by herself, although she's very happy, but we get concerned about that. So, the possibility of having your family, your parents live with you, might be a good thing, not to mention the financial aspect of it, because combined income, maybe you can afford a more expensive house. And as I said, we're going to go take a look at 2 homes today that are here in Lake Worth, because this seems to be a hotbed for these type of homes. They also have quite a few in West Palm and Delray. Typically in the older areas where the more historic homes are is where you'll find them. So we're going to take a look at 2 here today and show you. But they're pretty cool, and not to mention, if you do have a property like that, as you know, your parents get older and unfortunately, you know, they may pass on, you do have a property now that you could use as rental income. You could rent out those rooms as additional income, paying for your mortgage, which a lot of people do. So what we're gonna do is I'm heading back towards my car. I'm gonna hop in the car and we're gonna go check out 2 multi-generational homes that are here in Lake Worth that are for sale. One is with my friend Adrienne. You met her last weekend when I did the video on Boca Raton. So she has another beautiful listing here. Wait till you see this property. And like I said, it has a main house and then a cottage. So perfect multi-generational home. And then there's another one that a realtor's letting me look at. And this one actually has 3 units. It has the main house, it has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath cottage, and then it's got another unit that's unfinished, but it has, I think, water and electricity in it, and you could finish it yourself. So, I mean, you could have mom and dad in one part of the place, and you can rent out the other one and help pay for your mortgage. And you can get pretty good rents down here, you know, as long as the unit's fairly nice. Rents have been coming down in price, but it's a great place for Airbnb because it's close to the beach. You got the beach, the restaurants, a lot of people will pay a lot of money for that. So we're gonna head back to the car, we'll hop in, and I'll take you to our first property. Man, it's hot. All right, I'll see you guys there in a minute. All right, but I think I found the real Godzilla. Holy moly. Look at the size of that dude. It was a short drive. I probably could have walked, but man, it is so bloody hot out. I needed to get in the car and hit the AC for a few minutes and drink that Gatorade. Feel a whole lot better. But all right, so we are gonna take a look at this one. So this particular property is priced at $561,398. And we'll go over, when we go inside, I'll go over some of the details. But this is on 216 South L Street. So that's where this one's, and it's listed with Samantha Johnson. With her company is RJM. So she was kind enough to let me show this property. So let's go take a look. Check out this tree in the front yard. Look how cool that is. So you got a nice little front yard here. Cute pink door. Very Lake Worth. As I said, very Key West, right? You feel like you're in Key West. Kind of look around some of the homes. One across the street. All right. So even before you get inside, check out the tiles, right? Little painted tiles, really just has a lot of character. All right, let's go inside. Look how cute this is. So this house was built in 1925, and it's a Tudor style house, and it's a frame metal stucco build. And you can see you got this little front patio area. So a lot of these homes, you'll see they have these front patios that I would imagine at one time, like these windows here, you have these cute little windows you can see just to open up because they didn't have AC. So this might just be like a front patio. You'll see a lot of homes like this. But let's go check out the main house. And this is really cute. You got these Spanish tiles in here on the floor. And it's freshly painted, it's nice. This nice little sitting area over here. I believe when I looked at it, this is about 1310 square feet for this part of the house. So this over here, you got a fireplace, which is great. Yeah, a nice little fireplace. I'll take a seat right here. Look at that. Not that it ever gets too cold here, but you know, every once in a while, nice for the holidays. By the way, I said stucco, and I meant it's got vinyl siding on the outside, so not stucco. But check this out, you got these cool lights, that nautical theme, right? You got granite countertops, nice countertop. You do have a gas cooktop, so go in here in your kitchen. By the way, the AC is nice and cold. It has central air right in here. You got a gas cooktop and your sink, little window out here, fridge, and then I'd assume here you got a little pantry. Yeah, there you go. Got a little pantry, so you might have to add some pieces to store. Again, the house was built in 1925. So this main one, as I said, it does have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Look at this bathroom, y'all. This is so cool. Looks like a little jacuzzi tub. And then check out the sink. How cool is that? Just whimsical stuff. I love stuff like that. I love these homes. So much character. And then let's come back here. And you got one of the bedrooms. And you even got some closet space back here. Now, you buy a home like this. This one looks like it's been nicely renovated, but it is an older home. And so, you do want to do your due diligence. Homes like these do take a little upkeep. Although this owner looks like they've done a lot to it. And it's move-in ready. This is cool. Look at this. Those are paw prints. I guess when they're laying this tile, kitty decided, or a dog, maybe both, decided to leave their mark. All right, so you come down here, check this out. This is obviously an addition, probably at some point, because you can see it drops down. But here's another bedroom. And it's got a nice unit there, and this room is so comfortable right now. It's so cool in here. And back here, you got bathroom. A nice pink tile, toilet over there. So what's neat about this is if you look at it, it's got its own little kitchenette. So this is kind of cool. So again, if you had in-laws, right? I mean, little fridge, toaster, right? Probably good for, Airbnb type stuff. And I like these. Look at these. The little handles are so cool. Just little touches like that. So you can see how this could work for a multi-generational family. And this is just part of it. We got more to go show outside. But, you do have a bedroom and a bath back there. You got a main area and stuff. And maybe this was your in-laws room, right? It's, again, it's not the perfect scenario. You're only looking at doing this because of, maybe health reasons or financial reasons, whatever, you're to a point where you don't want to be homeless, right? And you may rely on your kids. You may need them to help you. So your parents live in here, you do what you can. They've got a little kitchenette, if they want, so they want to have some snacks, whatever, It's just a setup. It's just an option. This is just one of the homes. I'll be showing you one more later. But again, there's also, we're going out back because there's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and then there's a third unit that's not finished that you could also build on that. So if maybe they don't want to be in the same house as you and they want more privacy, then they take the cottage in the back. So let's go take a look at that. All right, so let's go outside. So if you come out from the main part of the house, you have a little side area, right? Nice. That door. Little side patio over here. Right down inside the house. And back in here, you got a water heater. A little utility closet. And then come back here, you got another outdoor little patio area. And then this is the unfinished garage and laundry room. So you got your laundry room. So, you can see this one, needs work. Like she said, it's unfinished, but I mean, you got the structure. You just put the work into it and you could convert it, which is what a lot of people do. And then you can make this into like another cottage back here if you wanted to. It's already got the electricity and the water going to it. And then that is the private entrance. So that room there, which we said where the mom and dad, right, or the parents, whatever, could stay in there. It's got the little kitchenette. That's a private entrance to that right there. So you'd shut that door off, and so that could be their section here. And then, as I said, you come back here, and you have a little side parking. And walk out here. Lake Worth has these little alleyways. It's kind of cool. So you see these little alleyways that go? You go all the way down and continue all the way down that way. Pretty neat. So you come down these little places and you kind of do your parking back here. And look next door. Someone is doing, looks like a renovation on one right there. So looks like they got some new windows. So pretty cool. So you'll find a lot of this in Lake Worth. There's no HOA, so you can do a lot of these homes. You know, a lot of these places, like I said, they've been here since 1925, and you just do some additions onto them as long as you get it permitted. And you know, as the bugs fly around me. Whew, it's hot out there. All right, so what do you guys think? Could you live in this if you had to move in a property like this with your kids? You know, again, it's not the perfect situation, but it is a solution to what's happening with our silver squatters, as they're calling them. You know, if you find yourself at a point in life where you're 60 years old and you just don't have the money saved up, it's not going to happen. What are your options, right? Live on the street, or, you know, maybe find a small place that's to rent that you don't really like? I mean, you know, one of the things I didn't say earlier in this video was that more than half of the Gen Xers who are in this situation, who are looking at being financially strapped, they're not ready for retirement, they haven't spoken to their kids yet. They haven't told them. I don't know if that's a pride thing, you know, or just feeling embarrassed, but look, that's what family's for, people. I mean, if you can't rely on your family to help you, who can you rely on? I know everyone's got a different situation, but I would like to think that if I was in that type of situation, that I could rely on one of my sons and be like, hey, listen, you know, you want me on the street, or maybe I can live with you guys and we can, you know, make this work out. So as I said, you got a nice family area right here. You got a bedroom right there, bathroom, big kitchen, and then you got that little section back there with its little kitchenette. And then outside you have the unfinished garage, which you could convert to it was big enough in there, you could make it at least a good 1-1, maybe even a 2-1. You know, just costs money, right? So this is one of the properties I wanted to show you, and I want to thank Samantha Johnson for letting me show this property. This was very kind of her to let me come in and show it. And this is right here in Lake Worth. So we have another property to show you with True Floridian Realty, and this particular property is listed with Adrian, who you met if you watched the video last week about Boca Raton. So we're gonna go take a look at that one next and show you another option for, you know, a multi-generational home. So let's get back in the AC. Oh, this AC feels fantastic. I will tell you, this house is super comfortable. So, all right, let's go to the next one. All right, guys, we're gonna go check out the second house over here. We just drove a little bit. We're still here in Lake Worth, over off A Street and on 11th. And this one is listed with our brokerage, True Floridian Realty, and Adrian, one of our agents. So, but real quickly, I just want to remind you guys, hey, if you want to help and support me, don't forget that I have a couple ways you can. Obviously, subscribing to the channel is great. Giving me a thumbs up, leaving comments, all that stuff helps. I also have now a private group. If you want to join that, you can join that. And once I start getting some people in there, I can host some private live streams, and also I can share videos to you early. You get early access with no commercials. And then lastly, there's also buymeacoffee.com. You go to buymeacoffee.com/Palm Beaches Paul, and you guys can buy me a coffee or a beer. And it's really hot out, so I'd really appreciate that, man. Help a brother out. So, all right, let's go take a look at Adrian's property. She had an open house today, and we're gonna go and show this one. So look at this cute entrance we have here. Nice little sitting area out front. And what's unique about this one is it has the cottage in the front and then the main house in the back. And check out that really cool weather vane up there. So this one has sort of a Spanish style. Look at this really nice front patio. This is cool. Sit out here on the couch, have a nice tea, read a book. And of course, you've got a little area over here which leads to another sitting area with a fire pit, and then goes to the backyard. But take a look at this door. That is cool. Like I said, I love these homes. All right, so the weather looks like it might rain, so we're gonna go to the back of the property first, and there's a whole section back there we're gonna show you. As I said, you have the cottage up front and then the main house. There's this whole upstairs section. It's really cool. So let's go check out this and maybe the backyard before the rain comes, and then we'll come downstairs and show the rest of the house. But this property was built in 1978. It's about 2,520 square feet under air as far as the main area. And then, like I said, we'll go check out the cottage and the rest of the property. But let's go upstairs first. All right, check out these stairs. Kind of cool. Hey. So look at this here. You got this loft up here. Oh man, look at this, y'all. All right. So you got your wall unit there, keeping it super comfortable in here. Nice little day bed. Bed here. Closet. Just is kind of just a nice separate area. I guess, you know, if you want to consider it an upstairs primary, but it's not really because there's no bathroom here. Cool chairs. So this is in the back of the house. And you look out here, well, you kind of see the backyard a little bit. We'll go out there in a second. So we're out here on the back patio, fully screened in, ceiling fan, little seating area here, this cool little chair, and pull around, little area here, got a door over there that I believe goes into the laundry room. All right, and then you come out here and you've got this really nice swimming pool. It's a little bit, you can see the storm came through. It's been started to storm, which happens in the afternoon, right? So it's a little wet, leaves blowing around, but what a yard. Look at the size of the yard, y'all. I mean, what is this over here? I guess it's just some kind of storage. Big yard. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's for gardening. It's got a little, I'll have to ask Adrian. It's got a wire roof on it. And then here's the back of the house. I mean, look, this would be great for a multi-generational property here. Like I said, that top room would be, you know, nice room for parents. Of course, this area right here would be a good family gathering area. As I said, you had the bedroom upstairs. You know, you can shut the door off, put a TV down here, whatever, couch right here, and then you come back over here and you do have a bathroom which doubles as a cabana bath. So you got the bathroom here, but this could work as the bathroom, like I said, for the mom and dad. And then here's your laundry room. All right, so if you come back in here, we have the main living area. And over here, you got a really nice dining area with this big table. And look at that. Again, we're talking about a house for multi-generational. Look at that table right there. That's a table for 8. So that could definitely work. And I like the little chalkboard they have in the back, which is kind of cool. And then if we come back over here, you have a bathroom right here. You got the nice countertops. And shower with the tub. And then right over here, you have your kitchen. As you can see, some of the paperwork there. As I said, Adrian had an open house today. But this is cute. Like the lights, nice countertops, a lot of prep area. This is a good sized kitchen. Look, there's lots of room in here. You know, if this is a multi-generational house and you have, you know, your family and your parents living here, there's room in here. Got a good sized kitchen. I could see families in here preparing a meal, little table here to sit down and talk. You got a nice table back over there. This would be a really good house for lots of situations, but we're talking about, you know, if your parents had to live with you, this is definitely something that could work. So now let's go check out one more room because you have another room here and then, which is part of the cottage. Okay, so come in here and you have this room. So this is the second bedroom. So you have this room here, the family area, that little back area, and then upstairs, right? And then if that was your family and mom and dad did want to have their own place, we're gonna walk out to the front and I'll show you the cottage where they could stay. Okay, back to the front where we started the tour, right? Little seating area. So the main part, you got the 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, laundry room, the pool, the back patio, all that. Great, you know, part for the main house. Like I said, if this was where your parents would stay, they've got this front patio area, which is nice. They may have their own little private area here if they just want to chill out by themselves. And then we're going to go show you what their room could be. So this is the cottage for the property. So as you come in here, you've got a little one bedroom. Again, it's a little cottage, little eating area, front door that goes right out to the driveway. Got a cute little kitchen. I guess more of a kitchenette, because it's got a fridge. You don't have an oven or anything. But again, this still give mom and dad their privacy. Closet. And then bathroom. Shower. Sink. So it's cute. I had to sit on this cool swing chair, this little bird cage chair. Look at this thing. Aren't these awesome? I don't tip it over. So, and it's included with the house. So this house is priced at just under $700,000 and all the furniture is included. So this would be a great property move-in ready for you. And again, if you find yourself in the situation where your parents are, as I said, what this video has been about, the Generation X, and they're not, they're just not ready to live on their own anymore. Like retirement, they didn't save enough and they just can't afford to do it. And they're going to be looking to you to help them. They may have to move back in with you. So yeah, guys, this is a real thing. People, have to do what they have to do to survive. And right now there's a lot of people my age who just aren't ready for retirement. They didn't save, they didn't plan, and it's pretty scary. And they're going to find themselves getting to a point where they can't work because they're old and they need help. And that help might be you, the kids. So if you find yourself in that situation, I know it's not perfect, this could be a solution for you. A multi-generational home like this, or the one I showed you before, where you have room for your parents to live, you have a section for you to live, and like I said, you make it work. And as I said, down the road, you take this property and it's always going to be a property that a lot of people would want to buy because of investors who could use it for Airbnb, or maybe someone lives in it and they rent it out. A lot of options out there. So, but I want to thank Adrienne for letting me show her beautiful property. That's 2 in a row. Gotta love Adrienne, she's cool. So she has some nice properties, and if you'd like to see any of these properties, you give me a call, and here's my number right here. I'd be happy to bring you, and we'll try to work a deal. Remember, she's a tough realtor, but I'm pretty tough myself too. Okay, before we leave, I found out what that little shed in the back was. So Adrienne goes, did you go and look at the outdoor shower? I said, I didn't know there was one. Check this out. How cool is this? I mean, if you're someone who loves the outdoors and enjoys taking a shower under the trees, this is pretty darn cool. Nice way to rinse off after the pool, but just what a cool touch. So had to get that in. Couldn't leave that. And it comes right back out here to the pool. All right, that was pretty amazing, right? Not bad for just under $700,000. What a super cute house. Like I actually would buy that myself. I already showed it to my wife. It'd be a cool place to live. And with the solar and everything, I think the utilities are only like $20 a month or something like that. So you definitely save some money. So, all right, guys, well, listen, I hope you're never in the situation where you have to move in with your kids, right? Obviously, that's not a great scenario. Hopefully you're set for retirement, but not everyone is. And instead of kicking your parents out to the street, remember, we put up with all your crap for all those years that we were raising you, then now it's time to take care of us. So, listen, all kidding aside, if you find yourself in that kind of situation, there are options, right? If, family can take you in. Also, something you could talk to a lender about, and I didn't mention this, but there are some loans out there where they look at buying a property that has an ADU. You'd have to talk to a lender about it, but basically, if it's already built, they look at the potential revenue the ADU can bring in, And if you're looking to buy a property and build an ADU, then they also look at the potential income that could come in, and they apply that to your loan. You'd have to talk to a lender about it, but I remember hearing something about that a while back this summer and thought it was a really cool program. So, and as always, if you need some help, reach out to me, Paul Lykins, True Floridian Realty. All my contact information is right down here below. It's hot, so hot. I can't wait for winter. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, get out and enjoy paradise. I'll talk to you next week.